And a big good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever running of the FVR Daytona 250. What an event we are in for here, and a good bit of Friday night entertainment for you folks at home. It is going to be a barnstormer here at the World Centre of Racing. My name's Evan Dalton. It's a pleasure to be alongside what seems to be our special events expert at this point, Mr. Kyle Davis. Kyle, we're in for a treat.
We are in for a treat. Good evening, everyone, and it is a welcome back from me as well. Excited to be here. It is Florida, Daytona, of course. It's a new format, I believe, or at least it's going to be a format which isn't used that often. So, all excitement is to join us shortly.
Yes, it's not part of our FVR GT Championship, which you saw advertised in the pre-Rex. It is all new. We have 100 laps in a non-race car, about as close as we could get to a NASCAR. It's a 2015 Dodge Challenger, or Dodge Charger, sorry. But we have 700 brake horsepower, and we have 14 of them. What a race it's going to be. So coming up tonight, folks, we have a 10-minute qualifying, which is going to be all around chaos. It doesn't really matter, but we just kind of have to set a grid some way, but it doesn't really matter. And then we do have the 100-lap race. We have our own safety car. We have cautions. It's safe to say, I think, Kyle, that we don't really know what's going to happen from now till, I don't know, about an hour and a half's time.
We really don't know. It is going to be it's a whole new format, basically. I mean, I guess we did have the IndyCar races, which we previously did, and those were all great. But this one is completely new. It's going to be excitement all around for me as well.
Yeah, it's practically brand new. We've never done anything sort of NASCAR-esque. We've never done anything of this sort on Gran Turismo 7. But yeah, it should be absolutely fantastic. Qualifying will be getting underway in literally a matter of moments. And we will see 14 cars rip around this circuit. Raise hell, praise Dale, as they say. Kyle?
I mean, I did not hear you clear there.
Raise hell, praise Dale.
I am having huge trouble with my headset there. Apologies.
Kyle having a bit of
just gonna reconnect.
A little bit of audio technical difficulties, so you're stuck with me for a moment. Qualifying will be getting underway here in a second. We are at Daytona Beach in Florida. It is about 15 miles north of Orlando. And we are at 100, or we're at, what way did I say? 1801 West International Speedway Boulevard. Yes, this track has an address for some reason, so feel free to send them any posts that you have. The Daytona 500 has been a historic motorsport event for such a long time. Dale Earnhardt himself ended 20 years of frustration in 1998, and then in 1979 the first ever 500 was shown live from start to finish on television. Now we have our own version here, of course, on YouTube. Richard Petty won that one. 1976 was Petty versus Pearson, just 3 years before that, and a wreck on the last lap. But Pearson managed to restart his car. I don't think we're going to have anything like that tonight, folks, but that'd be fairly entertaining if we did. Denny Hamlin beat Martin Truex in the closest finish ever at the Speedway. That was 0.010 at the finish, and then in 2007, just a few years before, Harvick beats Mark Martin by actually double of that technically, but it was 200ths of a second on the last lap nonetheless. Kyle, a lot of close finishes here throughout the years. I imagine we're going to get one.
Oh, I do imagine we're going to get one too here. It's going to be obviously new to us as well with how close these cars are going to be. They're all going to be in a slipstream very close to each other. And I mean, some of these drivers are incident prone. So it's going to be close finishes, but there's also going to be some parts of cars flying around here, I fear.
Yes, potentially. And folks, the good news is that we are getting ready to go for qualifying here at the Speedway, at the World Centre of Racing, as they call it. Kyle, you have some fond and some not so fond memories of the endurance layout here. Are you hoping that that it will be just fond memories of the big oval track?
I do, yeah. I have been traumatized and also love this track at the same time. This track is a very, very tricky one with the inner layout as well. Obviously, this part of the oval is a little bit easier on everyone, but there is a new factor here, the slipstreaming and the close proximity of other cars. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a great one for me as well in the commentary booth, and I'm pretty sure it will be. But I mean, I have been traumatized before by this track, so I'm just gonna not jinx it.
Well, hopefully all goes well. Qualifying is underway then. And first to set a lap will be Maurizio Veldhuis. He got third in the FVR GT Championship this season here in Season 3. He was a very strong competitor. Let's see what he's made of here on the Oval. There's a lot of big names in this race. Kyle, just before any laps are set here at the Speedway, who takes your fancy?
Oh, Ridwan for sure. Ridwan Hamza there, one of the shameless advertising Spider GT drivers.
He's barely a
I think
Spider GT driver.
he is an amazing Spider GT driver, full contract. He even sent me a vial of his blood in the blood bank.
Oh, that's concerning.
Yeah, true story. Legend Rosenberg as well, so two big names there already on the screen. I do think those are going to be the contenders. Obviously, Ridwan has more experience, so we'll see.
I'm so glad you said them two, because those are the two I have graphics for that we will show during the race. Ridwan Hamza, quickest to the budge so far here in qualifying, running the 14. A late race replacement for Luke Davies, who is supposed to be in the number 5, but some technical difficulties has plagued him. So it is Hamza who will be running in the 14. He's a tenth of a second quicker, which is purely all down to slipstream at this point, unless he's come up with some way of tuning the car. Rosenberg is second then, and then it is Pierre Dezern who is in third. Pierre, if you're an F1 viewer, you'll recognise half the grid, and then if you're a GT viewer, you'll recognise half the grid. So you'll recognise half the grid either way, unless you're a totally new FVR viewer, in which case, why have you chosen this race to come watch us? But we greatly appreciate it nonetheless. That's Pierre Dezernin who's in third, and Julius Gassner is in fourth. Julius, I suppose, there we go, that's a wreck in qualifying. That is our first car round. That's Billy Sturdy, who has gone round, I believe, in the number 23, and yep, he's in the wall. So that's a very early wreck, and doesn't bode well when we start talking about Zauber. We have a wreck immediately.
We do, and he was facing backwards as well. It's showed quite some, well, I guess, tricky situation already, and I can imagine that in the race being a very hard situation to get yourself out of as well.
One thing I'm noticing about Zauber here while watching a bit of practice that went on before and watching qualifying now is he's very much struggling to take the low line through the banking. Let's have a look here. He's struggling to keep onto that apron, so it really shows how vicious this Dodge Charger is. It's not a race car. It's not designed for doing this stuff. But why would it be fun if it was easy? So Hamza's still top of the bunch so far with a 44 flat, almost into the 43s. You're seeing the rest of the field in the 44s as well. It's then Legend Rosenberg in second. This is all going to be down to who you can get a good slipstream off. You can see Rosenberg now, no slipstream in front here in 10-minute qualifying, so doesn't stand a chance really. He's not going to get a good time in, but wasn't proving anyway, so that might be counterintuitive. Now look at this. This is what you want. Enzo King, big bump draft to Maurizio Veldhuis in front. And that's kind of what you got to do to get a good lap around here. But as we said, although we're doing qualifying, doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. The slipstream and the bump drafting in the race will only switch up the grid even more than this qualifying will already do. It's not an accurate representation of how quick these drivers are. It's just the fastest driver as of now either has the best slipstream or the best bump draft.
We have a couple of people in the stream chat. Someone cheering for Niels Hartl. Why? Maurizio Veldhuis as well. Sorry if you're experiencing a little bit of lag, folks. That should all be fixed now, hopefully. But there might be a couple of frame drops because there is a lot of files running on my laptop. That's a horrible place for Enzo or for Morris Stumer to spawn back on the circuit. Do you want to know the most impressive thing is how has he picked up a corner cutting penalty?
Yeah, that is an interesting situation because usually you would point to the chicane that's on the very end of this track. Unfortunately, though, there is no chicane and this track is an oval. Congratulations, Morris Stumer, on that one.
That's mighty impressive. Hamza 43.8 has improved. King is onto the first row. I said he's missed an opportunity not going for a Strip Weathers livery, and he didn't know who I was talking about.
Oh, I don't know either.
The King from Cars.
Oh!
His name is Strip Weathers. No? No, just me?
Nope.
That is his name. His name is Strip Weathers.
I don't even remember. I did watch Minions today, Despicable Me. It's an amazing series as well, I guess.
Yeah, but the King. His name is Triple. Anyways, Enzo King running well here in qualifying.
Oh,
44
mate.
flat. Needs a bit of a toe to improve upon that one, I think. So far, front row is Hamza and King. Then it is Veldhuis. Oh, never mind. Oh, Julius Gassner. What a run to the front row.
That is amazing, and that is that slipstream as well as working with the others, which they are clearly doing here. Piero is
this bodes nicely. Look at that. Zauber's improving again. If he keeps up this momentum, he may actually challenge for the pole here at Daytona. As we said, it matters not, but if Zauber took it, I think we'd have to start putting some emphasis on it. He's tracking the right way here. Stay low to the apron, Zauber. You might find yourself a time. As here he goes then, up towards the start-finish line. Is it going to be top of the pile? No, it isn't. Lost too much time through turn 3. A couple of cars in the pit lane. There is no tyre wear, so they won't have to worry about changing the tyres in the pit stops. The big thing tonight, Kyle, is going to be the fuel. As we've seen the lost car. We have lost Kyle.
I am back.
Oh,
I am back. My apologies. Yeah, the big problem is going to be fuel. Yeah, it's going to be timing as well with the cautions and everything. And obviously the rule set with pit stops in cautions, I'm not too sure about those either. But strategy is going to play a big role here as well. Even though some might think that it's just racing in circles, it's actually using your mind as well.
Yeah, no, it's not just racing in circles. Although, yes, it is going to be foot to the floor for 100 laps, apart from when the caution comes out, it does take a lot of mental strength. So the way pit stops work in NASCAR under caution is once the caution comes out, the pit lane is closed, it'll then open again once the field bunches up. So you got to time it right, otherwise you might find yourself at the back of the field and losing track position pretty quickly. If we get to the late race phase and you lose track position, your race could be done.
Exactly, and it's also going to depend on where you actually come out on track with first place as well, because first place is obviously an issue. You are the one who's giving the slipstream and is likely to be overtaken as well. You don't actually want to be first place in the last parts of the laps when there's someone really close behind you. So strategy and where you put yourself on this grid is going to be just as important as keeping the car out of the balls.
Yep, you want to time things right. Enzo King has got the slipstream of a lifetime from good friend Ridwan Hamza, and he's now top of the bunch here at Daytona. So it is King and Hamza on the front row, both going to be running to try and win tonight. King is just improving again. It's great to see the slipstream strategies here in qualifying. I imagine there'll be little inter-team partnerships in the main race as well, although of course we don't have actual teams. You're still going to see friends bumping another friend rather than a rival in maybe the F1 or the GT series.
Exactly, it's going to be all for themselves here, and now with a bunch of people crossing the line, you would say someone would improve, but no, with the slipstream as well, these guys have been bunched up too much, I think, here for an improvement to be made.
And they're going to have about one more lap. Look at this!
Whoa.
Oh, look at this heading for the banking. This is unbelievable how close they are getting. And King has found 0.2 of a second, but he's got 3 abreast in front of him. This isn't even the race yet. We've not even got into the 100 laps, and they're already gunning for it. Look, he's just trying to find a gap, trying to find a margin, just to get in and cement his place on pole. Hamza's lost it at the top of the circuit, so he won't be improving on his final lap. Here he goes. It's going to be pole for Enzo King. He's on it currently. Is it going to be an improvement? No, couldn't find it. That must have scared him, because now he knows it's going to be similar to that for the rest of the evening.
It's a complete insanity disqualification already, and this
brilliant.
race is going to be amazing.
Oh, my football team are losing. Sorry, I got the notification, Kyle. I couldn't avoid it. But
no, it's usual. Mine is losing too. I've just got an update from that as well.
Semper Altus.
No, it's not Semper Altius. Semper Altius never loses, my guy. The Sunday League team, which is also forming a NASCAR team, if you don't watch out.
Well, it's going to be Enzo King who's on pole for this NASCAR race anyways, and it is Julius Gassner who's got a second row start here. He can officially say he's out-qualified legend, which I'm sure he'll be delighted to. There's no real other improvements across the field. Nathan Marriott in the safety car is out for a pushy, and you can see this is our official safety car livery for today. Quite a stellar job from Nathan on that one.
Yeah, that looks beautiful. That's a great job on a safety car with the red and blue lights as well, making it kind of look like a police car. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, not sure why he's come out at the end of qualifying though, but he has.
I guess showing off, and I don't blame him with such a livery.
Yeah, probably. So he's gone around the course and complete qualifying here for the Daytona 250. Folks, we will be back for the official command of the race, where drivers will start their engines in a few moments. You can enjoy our nice, pretty trailer once again. And welcome back, folks, to Daytona. Kyle, that was a very intriguing qualifying.
Yep, a very promising one as well. The close and compact usage of slipstream and some incidents already is going to make this race be very exciting. I do think this format is going to be the best we will have had ever since the start of the new event races. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. I'm rooting for Ritwan on this one still.
There's actually a little debate going at the moment in scrutineering, or well, Discord, of changing the tyres last minute, because there was a lot of bottoming out in qualifying, seemingly, and the drivers are saying the car is ridiculously hard to control. I know I said it's not difficult, or it's not fun if it's easy. I tell you what, this is very fun for me and you, know.
Yeah, it is. I am hoping nothing will be changed. I guess the only explanation would be that this Hellcat is doing 200 miles per hour, and you're trying to turn that car. That is like turning a rocket. It just doesn't work that way. Obviously, it's going to be hard for these drivers, and when they're close and compact together, yeah, that's going to be fun for us, Evan. I bet we will enjoy this one if nothing gets changed.
And the quick report after qualifying is that the slipstream will decide this one. The slipstream decided qualifying, and most likely will decide the race.
Exactly. It's going to prove, as well as the positioning and the strategy, of course, but slipstream will be very of influence of the results here. Results are in from the poll as well in the chat. It is a 35% is saying Legend Rosenberg will win this one.
Yeah, that's probably just they're too used to the F1 races where he wins them every time.
Yeah, true, and also me, because I support Legend Spider GT.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So, yeah, but I mean, you have like a bias. These guys are just bored of dominance.
I do. Yeah, true. Unfortunately, I am usually the one who's owning the dominant driver, so I don't really know what it's like to lose. I guess the guys in the chat do know that. But yeah. I still root for those guys, obviously. However, what I also do root for is that we don't change anything with the scrutineering / Discord activities.
Well, unfortunately, we have. We're going to the sports softs. This could be very fun. Seemingly, it does make the car easier to handle. That is why Nathan was out in the safety car pushing at the end, because although he has the big fancy lights at the top of it, it is the same car. It's the Charger SRT Hellcat. It is the same car, so he was out giving it one push run to see what it goes like, see what it runs like.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess we'll still have a very exciting race here with how close these guys are. I'm really excited for this format.
It should be fantastic. So we will ask you now, Kyle, for your official and final race prediction. Give us a podium.
I am gonna do it in a random order here because this is gonna be such an exciting race. Tyler, Legend Rosenberg, and Ridwan Hamza will be on the podium. In what order, I do not know because this race is unpredictable.
And caution count. How many will we see?
Oh, we're gonna be in a lot of cautions here. I mean, the criteria is for 5 cars to be in some kind of trouble for the caution flag to go out. However, I do think that happens very easily when you're so close together. So yeah, I'm gonna guess with every 20 laps one. So I'd say 5, considering the 100 laps there. The cautions are obviously gonna be there at least once, which is also gonna be exciting for Nathan as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 5 here.
You know the way you like to have a little bit of a jab at Nils Hartl now and then?
Yeah.
He has to leave the lobby to go sell a car so he can afford the sports softs.
That is a typical Nils Hartl move. I mean, I didn't even jinx him yet because I was gonna pray for a good race, but now that I see him delaying our lobby and making our jobs as a commentator harder, I'm gonna have to hope he wins this race. Wink, wink. And we shall see what we win. This is why we are getting paid more, Evan, right?
Yeah, we're definitely getting paid for this.
Yeah, 100%. We are.
Definitely.
Millions.
Yep.
Rolexes.
Well, I mean, it would be me paying me, so that would be a bit pointless. Good to see... Oh, I was going to say good to see the stream chat. Not good to see Tim and Har shouting at me. I said safety car. It's technically the pace car. We're in America. Boogity boogity.
Wow. What a party pooper. It's the same thing, Evan, don't you worry. We get paid enough for this.
It is the same thing. It is the same thing.
Yeah.
We don't have it up on the screen at the moment, but Kyle, was there any livery that you liked on the Spotter's Guide? You can check it out on our Instagram page, folks, if you want to, while we're talking about it. Was there any livery that you liked? I have to say, Zauber's done a stellar job with the Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, the Lightning McQueen livery, well, it's the only livery I really, really loved from the start. But there are some other ones which I also... Well, it's the... sorry, let me just double check what name it was. It was the McDonald's livery, the 23 of Mr. Sturdy.
Ah, Billy Sturdy.
Yeah,
he's actually, I think, on the grid, our only non-regular FVR driver. And he works with Tyler. He's a good friend of Tyler's, a good friend of mine. He actually technically is a sponsor, 1601 Racing, so you can check them out. That is, I believe, one of Bubba Wallace's liveries. So it is based off.
Enough.
It is based off a real.
Yeah, it's based off a real thing. Yeah.
Which is fair enough, I suppose. We all don't have the creative tendencies of some. Of Callum Birch, who hasn't made a livery in about 6 months.
Yeah, it's getting a bit laggy now, but you're back now, so let's try that again.
We're not back on the stream for some reason. I don't know why my new Wi-Fi likes to do this. They promise that it's fantastic. It's terrible. It's shocking. We should be back now. What I was saying is, why when you said Kyle Busch M&M livery, did I think he ran a livery dedicated to the rapper?
Because I pronounce it that way. I'm still Dutch, and I meant the M&M's livery, of course. It's good that you don't automatically think about food. I mean, if I would talk to Tim Den Heijer about this,
I knew that was coming.
He would be cracking open.
Knew that was coming.
Yeah, I had to. Low jab right under the belt. It's what I like to do.
He's watching as well. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
He is watching. Don't worry, folks. We will be getting a race going very soon. Just last minute changes with the tyres. They're making sure everybody has them on, and we are ready to go. 2.5 miles, 4.0 kilometers. It is 100 laps, not 250 laps. I asked how many laps are in the Indy 500 in the pub quiz the other day, Kyle, and no one got it right. Very sad. Admittedly, none of them watch IndyCar, but actually one does. He's going to the Indy 500 this year. and still got it wrong.
That is
And he had the
pretty
answers
poor.
because he was the other host.
And he still got it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Concerning, I know.
That is some. Yeah, that is terrible. I mean,
Would you like some
know what
Daytona
else
fun
is
facts,
terrible?
Kyle?
Yeah, I would.
The infield section here is 180 acres large, and you could fit Disneyland twice.
It really puts things in perspective because this circuit feels really small when you drive it, but I guess that's the speed as well. Because 188 acres, I've played enough Farming Simulator to know that's quite a lot.
I think a photographer this year for the Daytona or the Rolex 24 did like 40,000 steps over the 24 hours. Something mad like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was some mad figure.
That is crazy.
Another fun fact
That's
for you:
something.
the dirt that created these bankings was dug up from the middle of the circuit, and that's why there's the big lake. The lake is the dirt that built the bankings.
Okay, now you're actually cooking with the facts as well, because that is an interesting fact. Because that is kind of genius as well, because the lake looks really nice as well from the outside. It's I guess the less fake Miami F1 circuit.
The Miami one is awful.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
terrible.
Nothing like this. That's a great one, actually. That is.
Okay, do I have another one
Oh.
in the back pocket? Let's see. What else? Would you like one about U.S. presidents? No, not that one.
Sure, go ahead.
Ronald
Right now,
Reagan became the first active president to attend a NASCAR race at the July 4th race here in 1984, which was Richard Petty's 200th win.
Wow.
Day before my
That
birthday.
is a. That is a
I used to think
compliment as well
4th
for
of
your
July was
200th win.
America having a big party for me, but it was just they did it a day early because of time zones. How sad is that?
Yeah, that's what they call main character disease.
Yep, that was
You-
it's quite sad.
You
isn't
think you are it? Yeah. I guess they're shooting fireworks in celebration that you're very far away from them.
Now, speaking of July 5th, on July 5th in 2013, ground here in Daytona broke for a $400 million renovation project, which included 101,000 new permanent seats and 40 escalators, and 80 toilets.
And none of those seats are ever filled, unfortunately.
I
Just
don't
I
know,
have
for
never
the
seen
500
it,
they are. For the Rolex 24, that's a different story, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the 24, it's terrible. I've watched it quite a lot of editions now, and I've never seen them even remotely filled.
Yeah, but I mean, IMSA is a growing sport, and as is the Rolex 24. The Rolex 24 was really
True.
good this year. It was my first time watching like 90% of the race. It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it more than Le Mans at times, because Le Mans usually in the night, it just isn't it. And the timing as well, because when you wake up, it's still night in America, and obviously
No,
that's when the chaos infused.
I prefer the Le Mans timings because Daytona, when you're watching a lot of it, you wake up like after like a 2-hour nap in the middle of the night, and there's still like 12 hours left. Or at least Le Mans, you know, it's going to be over by the afternoon. Sorry,
True,
this
that's
is from
also
someone who
true.
reports on its perspective. Obviously, if you're a fan, you don't really care when it ends.
Yeah, exactly. Because what happened, I attended Le Mans a while ago, and I woke up and it was, you know, it felt like one click away and it would end the race. I believe it's at 3 o'clock. Whereas, obviously, with the Rolex 24, you wake up and you still have plenty of time throughout your Sunday, European Sunday, that is, to enjoy the race, which is, for me, fun. For you, sleep depriving.
Well, I'm sleep deprived like 24/7, so it makes no difference
Yeah, that's
really.
true. Yeah. And now you've also been added to the job of editor of a Sunday League team as well, which doesn't help your case
No. This
either.
is not a full-time gig. We won't be doing this.
Congratulations on the promotion.
According to Tim Denhire, if Zauber gets on the podium, you will get some lunch money if Zauber gets a podium.
What? Oh, that's actually a fun fact as well. I used to get lunch money from Tim. We actually bullied him that much that he
Wait, what?
gives me 5
Explain
euros
this. Tim
sometimes.
Denhire is an FVR F1 driver. If you don't know who he is.
Yeah. So he
This is the kind
actually
of nonsense you hear at late night Le Mans. But sorry, fire away.
I ran out of money basically, and that's when I started turning to my peers, turning to my friends, some would say. And Tim offered to donate me €5, which he did, and I bought a bunch of croissants, a nice coffee, and 50 cents on red, which was unfortunately black.
Oh
So
dear, that's
um,
probably why you had no money. We don't condone that, folks. But I have to say, the little bakery in the Netherlands is very good.
yeah, they are
It's
right
good. It's
compared
great
to
over
other
here in
countries.
Ireland as well. But
Do they even have food over there in Ireland?
what? Really, really?
Sorry, had to.
No, you
My
didn't
bad,
have to.
my bad.
Yeah,
Should
but
we
the
bash
little
England
bakery.
because it's in between us?
Is there a little bakery in Florida? Do Littles exist in Florida?
Not entirely sure. I do know.
Didn't that
Uh,
slightly controversial, very controversial rapper say he grew up shopping in Aldi?
not entirely sure actually.
If you're still watching this, why? I know you're waiting on a race, but we will have one we will
Yeah,
have one in a few moments.
yeah. I'm actually.
Right, Kyle. We do
I'm actually
actually
gonna
have
have
a
a look
race
at.
in a few moments. Final
Oh, that's a shame.
pre-race thoughts then. I know you gave us your
This is gonna
prediction,
be
but
exciting, and there's little bakeries in Florida.
is there actually? Have you confirmed that?
Mm, semi. I did see some opening times here. I'm gonna come back to you on that.
Okay, so that will be one of our caution discussions. Now, just to the actual race, are you still sticking with your prediction now that we've had about a half an hour to debunk it?
Yeah, I am still sticking with my prediction, even though both of them now have grandkids and have completely grown up.
Yeah.
I
The
do
thing
still
about
think
Legend
it's
is
going to be
we
the
all
same.
thought he'd be a little bit scared, maybe, at the Indy 250, but he didn't. He won the race bar a fuel issue. If he didn't run out of fuel literally through the last corner, he would have won that race. So he knows how to run on ovals. He now knows Gran Turismo, thanks to, of course, your Spider GT outfit. I think he's ready to win. I think he's ready to prove that he is, in fact, the greatest. Not that he has to do it, but he's ready to cement that belief a little bit more.
Yeah, and that is obviously gonna most likely happen here as well. The mentality of that guy is insane, and I bet he isn't even scared. He's only gonna enjoy this from the very first beginning of this race, just like us.
Yes, we are indeed, and we're going to be going to the formation lap, the official formation lap, very soon, folks. And of course, our drivers start your engines command. We're just waiting for the final preparations, just to make sure that the drivers are all ready. We have changed the tyres, very late change, but we are all ready to go. Ready for the grid once more. Enzo King is on pole position. Ridwan Hamza alongside him on the front row. Then it is Julius Gassner, Pierre Desern, Legend Rosenberg. Then it is Maurizio Veltus. Then it is Cameron Hill. And it is Tyler Davison then behind. Then it is Sam Fate, Adrian Tishy, Morris Stumer. Then it is Dylan McClements, Niels Hartle, and Billy Sturdy to round out the field. But Billy is a big NASCAR fan, so keep an eye on him. He'll know the strategy, and he will be competitive. Well, folks, it is time to get these Hellcats underway, and with your official driver start your engine command, we hand it over to Lildred.
God bless FVR. God bless our drivers. And gentlemen, start your engines!
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We are on the official formation lap for the FVR Daytona 250. To run you through the grid once again, there's your safety car, Nathan Murray. You'll see him on the timing and scoring, but do please ignore it. There's literally no better way we could do this system. Enzo King on the pole. On the front row is Ridwan Hamza. Then it is Julius Gassner behind him and Pierre Desern. Then it is Legend Rosenberg, Maurizio Veltis. Then it is Cameron Hill, Tyler Davison, Sam Faith, Adrian Tishy, Morris Stumer, Dylan McClements, Niels Hartle, and Billy Sturdy to round out the field. Kyle, this is very, very exciting.
It is very exciting. I'm very hyped as well. Obviously, thank you to Lildred as well from that driver start your engine. It's definitely going to be something this race. I'm very excited, Evan.
That is
actually
our
on
little
the tip of-
local celebrity, and don't ask any more than that. Some of you will know who that is, some of you will not. Neil's saying he's the only Dale fan here. What have these got to do, Kyle? Raise hell and praise Dale.
Exactly. It's going to be... Wow, that safety car looks so good. Or, sorry, the pace car.
It does, and the pace car's pulling away, so Enzo King will now control the field. They should hopefully go side by side as we get ready to go. It's supposed to be 2 abreast here, so Ridwan Hamza's got to speed up a little bit and get to the outside. And he is, and we're coming towards the start-finish line for the first ever running of the FVR Daytona 250 as they head onto the tri-oval. Boogity, boogity, boogity! We go racing, boys, here at Daytona. Great start from King, great start from Hamza. They box out the front row down towards turn 1.
Wow, and that is exactly what you wanted to see. There's already... Oh, no, never mind. That's not a spinner. That is the safety car going in there. There is loads of action to the back and the midfield of this race. The Lightning McQueen livery there is very close to another car. And now Piero is trying an overtake on Ridwan.
Yep, that is Pierre Dezern coming to the outside, and look at this, Rosenberg involved in it as well in the 50. So King has a nice lead heading in towards turn number 2. There's Pierre Dezern trying the long way. We're 3 abreast here. Into the wall goes Dezern. Slight tap, little bit of damage potentially, but there is no there is no mechanical damage on here, so they will run there might be actually, but they all run okay. Dive to the inside as we fly onto the tri-oval. Little bit of bump drafting starting already. We're expecting this first stint to go about 22 laps before we see a pit stop.
And in the back of the grid, there has been an incident. Someone is very far behind there. You saw him early on in the race. Already move on!
Oh, Rosenberg! There we go! Into the wall goes the 6-time F1 champion. Rosenberg round. Almost collects Gassner, who had some early race trouble. The caution will not come out yet. But legend Rosenberg, despite us saying he has so much confidence, he oozes confidence. It's a very, very early collision. That'll hurt him. That'll hurt his confidence.
Exactly, and it's going to be very hard now to get back there. You hope for a pace car, but this is already an incident-infested race, so we should be fine with the pace car coming out shortly and bringing the grid back together. There is someone very, very far away already. Who is that?
Very, very far away is Nathan Barry at the safety car, as Morris Stumer is into the pit lane here, Kyle. Very early pit stop for the German. Is he trying some sort of tactical masterclass?
I am not sure. This might actually be the damage as well.
That front that car is destroyed. That is damage.
Ooh.
I wonder has he got that mended. He's obviously felt that he may as well get a pit stop, and he's put no fuel in the car, which would make me think that this is a damage repair stop. We'll have a look, and yeah, looks a lot better. So that is a damage repair. We're going on to lap 4. The lap count is going to be slightly mixed up. We're 1 before where we are, but we'll keep you updated on that, folks. Don't worry about that. So we're on lap 4 of this one, and I tell you what, Enzo King has not left the lead of this race since we've started, running a great show so far.
Yeah, and that is very, very commendable as well from him, because the slipstream is a major part in overtaking all around here. It's basically the only thing that gets you around another car. So holding on to the first place there where you don't get that slipstream is an insane job.
Yes, as we say that, Hamza's looking for the outside. It's going to be a slow burner here, but I tell you what, it's so great to see these cars run so close for so long. We have sort of a breakaway pack at the front 4. That is Enzo King, Ridvan Hamza, Maurizio Veldhuis and Tyler Davison, who are sort of the breakaway front 4, and then there's a little bit of a stretch back, and then a battle for 7 currently here between Hill, Hartle and Sturdy. This is Billy Sturdy going to the inside and getting that slipstream from fellow Brit Cameron Hill, and they will just leave Hartle on the outside. Oh, that's brave racing from Sturdy, little bit of door to door. Hill brushes off the wall. Oh, very, very elbows out from the 23.
Yeah, exactly. And considering this is on the racing softs, I would have only imagined what would have happened if we were still on the old set of tires.
No, we should still be. We should be on the sports softs.
Oh, I meant the other ones that we changed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we went from racing softs to sports softs. For some reason, going onto the worst tire has made this better. I'm not too sure why, but I trust the drivers on this one. it makes them feel a little bit better. We have 6 laps of running here at Daytona, caution free, which is great to see. We've only had a couple of incidents so far. We will get a caution at some point, but not much work for Nathan so far.
Exactly. It's been a relatively quiet, and that is quiet in very low capitals, because it has been an exciting part already, as King Enzo now goes for the move. Not enough slipstream just yet. As I was saying, there is almost nothing really to give out a caution yet, and that is very commendable by these drivers, because the opening part is usually very tricky.
Tim Denhire has just pointed out that damage is on light, which means it fixes itself after 30 seconds.
No.
So Maurizio's pit stop was literally pointless. The damage would have fixed itself anyways. He put no fuel in either, so he didn't even have that benefit. He's just put himself to the back of the field for I'm not too sure why. Here we go then. Very close top 3. Veldhuis looking for the move on King. It's like a bad joke, this. An Australian, an Austrian, and a Dutchman race NASCAR.
Exactly. It's like it is a strange joke. I mean, is there even American on the grid here?
There was supposed to be Matthew Stotts, but he's not here. I have noticed Ridwan is also running an illegal window sticker, but I suppose it's a bit late to do anything about it now. Here comes Sam Fate going to the high line. Trying it, but has to pull into the slipstream. There wasn't much joy there. He's now on the outside once again of Veldhuis, so feels he has the run around the outside, and he has the grip to make this one work. He's been pushed out of the slipstream train here, though, so he doesn't really have a choice and left he lifted off. And you don't want to lift off here, because you'll lose a significant amount of time, but it seems like Davison has just backed off a little bit. He's going to tug into the slipstream once again and try to get the slingshot onto the tri-oval section, and as we enter the 9th lap of proceedings, it's been a very, very smooth sailing so far.
Indeed it has, but I am also starting to notice that there is a group formation here going on. There's 3 big groups right now, and the second group has been catching up with the first group here. Why is that, you ask? Probably because they can carry each other around the track, whereas Ridwan has to simply defend for his position. There is a car around. There is a car around in probably the 3rd to last.
That's Hartle. Nils Hartle in the 3 has gone off, and he is very, very slow on the apron, getting back up to speed now, so he has dropped to 12th. That'll bump our caution count up a little bit. Disappointing for Hartle there. We cut back to the front. Race leader as of now is legend, or is Ridwan Hamza, I should say. And you can see on your screen, has never lost a special event here at FVR. He's won the 24 hours of Le Mans, the 2 hours of Spa, the 4 hours of the Nordschleife, the 4 hours of Le Mans when we went back. And he is, of course, an entrant into the FVR Hall of Fame. The number 14 is running fantastic so far, and trying to stay unbeaten in the special events.
That would be an insane achievement by the Australian
the Gran Turismo
driver.
special events, I should say, because I think he did run in
I
Indy
was about
250.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Notable thing is that the second group is actually catching up really fast now, and we'll have one big group of drivers, which is only going to make it more interesting. At the back, somewhere by the likes of Piero in the meantime, he's been running completely wide on the track for basically every corner now. I think he's struggling.
Yeah, we haven't seen the caution yet, but some of these guys might need one to get back into contention here. Veldhuis always lifted off a tad there, or else he's just given the Aussie Serb in front a little bit of a bump round the corner. 14 versus 13 for the lead here in Daytona. It is Hamza leading Veldhuis, and it is King, Fate, Davis in your top 5. Billy Sturdy from the back is currently running in 6th, so a very good first 12 laps for him.
Notable thing here with the lifting off, may he be, well, that's actually a question for you, may he be fuel saving, putting in a different mode of fuel?
Yeah, could be running in mix 2, and might just be saving a tad bit of fuel. We expect about 22 laps a stint is what the estimate is from the Boffins and HQ. That's what we expect, but could extend it more. I'm not sure what the benefit of extending more would be, you might try that tactic late race when you know you want to only do one more stop instead of two. But with this early on, you can't really tell how this race is going to go. If we get 100 laps under green flag, you'd expect maybe 4 pit stops, but I don't think we are.
It's a very tricky situation to judge anyway. It's like predicting the safety cars or the cautions.
Speaking of the safety car, we do have a safety car live stream up. If you want to just watch the perspective of the safety car, which will be absolutely nothing at this point in the race, if you want to just watch the safety car, you can do so. Nathan, send it to the Discord. Tyler, I've just hopped onto his stream. He has 7.5 laps of fuel remaining, and I can tell you he is running fuel mode 6, so there is fuel saving going on this early.
And loads of the drivers are not overtaking him, so they must be doing the same.
And Zao was in the stream chat, so his race not going too well.
Oh boy. Well, to be fair, I used to also go in the stream chat while driving, and I was a pretty good driver, I would say.
While looking for inspiration for the graphics of this stream, I clicked on a random GT Endurance Racing League, and I genuinely clicked like 3 hours in, and it was a clip of you going down the inside of someone in Bathurst.
Really?
Yep. Look at this battle. We have 5 cars scrapping here in Daytona. Hamza has gone from the lead of this race to 5th very quickly on. And as you were saying, Kyle, that middle group is working tirelessly to catch up to the front here as it gets overcast. And as we enter the 15th lap, we have a pitter. Billy Sturdy into the pit lane with 2% fuel. Davison had 7 laps left, so I'm not sure what Billy's done on this race start.
Yeah, I guess he hasn't been fuel saving. He hasn't got that memo yet because everyone else seems to have loads more than him.
To be fair, he's
Side note
gone.
there, Evan, send me that tip.
He's gone from last to up into the win battle. Has the fastest lap of the race so far. Obviously, that's going to just depend on how much slipstream you get. He has done a good job running the Eric Cartman helmet in the 23. He's going to go fast and turn to the left sometimes. You have to have seen the episode to get that reference, otherwise I just sound like an imbecile, but that was funny to someone. And quite funny, you can see the 1601 sponsorship. It's currently lap 16 out of 101, so drop a 1 and we're almost there for Billy. He comes out of the pit lane in 13th, still ahead of Morris Stumer in 14th, but he is right behind. This hasn't worked out too bad for them because they can now tow each other to try and get back somewhere in this race. The thing is, they have run the risk of potentially going a lap down. If something was to go wrong now, running the risk of going a lap down very early on here. Obviously, this leader crew do have to pit, but yeah, sketchy stuff this early on.
Yeah, it's a really big gamble in my opinion, because if you do get lap, you end up getting stuck in that group, and that group is the group you want to not be a lap down of. Basically, you still have to bridge a huge gap to get back at them, and it's just not going to work when you get lap down. So these guys need to avoid that happening at all costs. I guess they do, of course, still need to pit the lead group, but yeah, this is an insane risk that they just took.
So it's the 2 Fools cabin cars from the FVR GT Championship, 2 teammates, Hill and Veldhuis, who are 1 and 2 here at the Daytona 250. If you want to watch more FVR GT Championship action, you can. We will be returning in a few weeks, and the calendar will be revealed soon. Sign-ups open this weekend for one of the most competitive GT Championships on the platform. Make sure to check out the FVR GT Championship. Races Fridays, streams usually on Sunday. And you can check that out. Sprint races will be returning in the GR3 cars in more normal circumstances, let's say. But here at the 250, the GT experts are shining. And I tell you what, Welshman Sam Faith is running very strong in 3rd. For a man who wouldn't traditionally be a GT7 racer, but knows his ovals.
Yeah, exactly. And he's actually, wow, look at that. They are bomb drafting each other. This is probably some fuel saving going on there as well in that group.
Yeah, I would say so, definitely. Definitely a little bit of fuel saving, trying to extend the stint as long as possible. Hamza and Davison have dropped off this leader crew here. They would both be fairly crafty when it comes to Gran Turismo, so I imagine there's some tactic going on between them, and they're just letting the Fools cabin cars run away with it up the front this early on, because this race is not going to be decided in the next 20 laps. It's not going to be decided in the next 50 laps. It'll be the last 20 laps of this one that'll really make an impact. An old adage from the Indy 500 is the first 180 laps don't mean anything. It's the last 20 where things will change.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be even worse than that. I think it's going to be one of the very last 3 to 4 laps where everything gets decided here. Look at how close these guys are. One mistake, one little twitch of the steering wheel, loss of concentration, or anything else in that kind of way could result in a loss of position and potentially the race at the very end. And we have seen it happen before in other series, obviously pointing out here that Legend Rosenberg incident in the IndyCar special event. It's literally only winnable if you cross the line as first place.
Duh. And as Tim Hire has pointed out, Billy Sturdy would be in a great position if the caution was called now, because of course caution would mean the pits are closed. He already has his first service completed, so it would be fantastic for Billy Sturdy if it came out now. But we've run a very clean race here so far. Here comes Hill to the outside of Veldhuis. I'm surprised he's not bumping him. Very surprised he's not bump drafting him, or at least sitting behind, turning down the fuel modes and trying to save a little bit of fuel. But they're running side by side. It is a photo for their American colleagues, as Peter Bonington might have said if he was the engineer like he did back in Monza in 2017. Obviously it was Italian colleagues then, but you get the reference. They don't want to do a Ford at Le Mans 66 though. That turned out to be a disaster when they tried to get a side-by-side photo. Going for the side-by-side photo on lap 22 is much better than doing it at the end of the race, so I can tell you that for free. So it is Cameron Hill who's leading ahead of Maurizio Veldhuis in second, then it is Sam Fate in third, Enzo King in fourth, Ridwan Hamza is in fifth, Tyler Davison in sixth, and it is Pierre Desern in seventh. Dylan McClemens is in eighth, ahead of Adrian Tishy in ninth. Legend Rosenberg then in 10th, so he's come in for a pit stop. Oh no, he had his incident, I forgot about that. Then it is Nils Hartl, Morris Tumer, Billy Sturdy, Julius Gassner. How's our safety car getting on? Nathan is just sitting pretty, waiting to launch into action, if needs must.
Exactly, and he must have a very focus. He must be very focused as well, because he's obviously needs to count whether 5 cars actually go off the track here. As Butterbig here is absolutely on the tail of Cameron, but refusing to make any sort of move as of now. They're still going in some sort of. I don't know whether they're actually trying to save fuel or overtake each other at this point.
Well, I tell you what, they've dragged Sam Faith with them. They now have a 4-second buffer and a half. First pitters, so McClemens and Davison in with 1% and 2% of fuel respectively, which makes me wonder what on earth are these top 3 doing, because they've been pushing it for what feels about 10-15 laps now, and no issues with the fuel it seems. So despite it being sort of a dead even race, we have a lot of different strategies emerging in the first 23 laps of this one.
Yeah, and I mean, we already had some people burn through their fuel really, really fast, and now some savers as well. So,
and Davison was one of those savers, so I'm surprised he's in, and there we go. Wow. A bit of a scary moment there for Cameron Hill. 1% of fuel is really pushing the margin close, and they're in for a service. Enzo King leads at Daytona.
And obviously now the other cars who were very far behind are now going to catch up. The ones that took that gamble at the beginning will also see where they are on track right now, as the damage repairs are also being set out now. Some cars still having some damage and driving on, obviously, because you have light damage.
Yep, very true. So it is going to be Maurizio Veldhuis who leaves the pit lane first. King coming around turn 3, but I imagine he's going to have to be in the pit lane fairly soon. So the expected laps of 22 was significantly beaten. Enzo King pulls in for service. There's no pit lane speed limit. You can just floor it into the pit lane. Otherwise, that would be very interesting. So it's going to be interesting here to see Veldhuis was in the lead of the race. I was going to say, was he not behind Hill before the pit stops, but he wasn't, because of course he's his teammate. It's going to see where King is in relation to these two, because they were about 4 seconds up the road at the time of the pit stop. You've got to fuel your car fully here. Maybe towards the end of the race we might get into the art of underfueling, but you're going to just go to 100 here and see how it goes.
Exactly. It's. I mean, there is a also a part of me that says that. Wow. By the way, look at that entry back on track
Oh,
there from the. Oh, that is really close as well. These guys are so close to each other. It's. I think there's still going to be a caution,
yeah, let's have a look on
right?
board with Cameron Hill here. He's listening to Sirius XM, it's saying. So a little bit of Felix Rosenquist radio or whatever Felix. He's sponsored by Sirius XM, so whatever Felix Rosenquist does at Sirius. It's funny, really. This is a road car we are racing at the end of the day. We've just turned them into NASCARs. It is the most Irish motorsport botch job I've ever seen.
I mean, whatever works, right?
Yes, look at this. He's right on the tail. If we ride on board with the bumper, on the bumper of Cameron Hill, let's see how close he gets on the straight. Is there a bump? Is he just avoiding it? We'll have a look and see. As he comes up right behind the Dutchman, he's in that slipstream. No, not quite getting that bump just yet, as yeah, it doesn't go for the bump draft. And there's actually going to be a swap of leader here as Veldhuis is up into the wall. He's gone way too high with that little swap. And Cameron Hill now your new race leader.
I mean, look at by the way, the guys who were very far behind earlier on, like Mr. Sturdy. I keep forgetting his name. He's in P5. Billy. There you go.
Billy.
He's in P5. William.
Well, William is probably his government name. I don't know.
He's in P5 though. He's done an amazing job there.
He is in
Also,
P5.
Evan, for you, I know you did ask me to tell you this in the caution, but I'm just going to tell you.
Oh yeah, go for it now
is
while we have a little bit
bakeries.
of a quiet point in the race.
There is a bakery in the Little in Florida.
Very cool. And they're opening hours for anyone interested. Kyle, do you have them there?
Yeah, you can find yourself in any of the Florida stores from, let me see, 7 a.m. through 9 p.m.
Okay, very interesting. So after the race, we'll go get a nice pan au chocolat and maybe a toffee yum yum. I don't know if they have them in the Netherlands, but they have them here. I haven't had one in a while.
Toffee Yum Yum?
Yes.
That sounds like a botched name of like a gangster.
No, toffee yum yum. It's
A Toffee Yum
it's
Yum.
very
I'll be
tasty.
looking that one up. Toffee Yum Yum.
Me and my father actually bought some Friday last week, but totally forgot about them and left them in the glove box of the car until Tuesday morning.
In the Netherlands, we have cheese sticks. They look like that. I don't know if do they taste like cheese?
No, not at all. It tastes kind of like a toffee, or like a toffee donut. Kind of.
Toffee donut.
Yeah. Do you have donuts
I'm
in the
gonna have to
Netherlands?
see if they are open in the Netherlands. Did you try stroopwafels, by the way?
Not properly.
Wow.
No, we wanted to, but the place we went to,
Wow.
the place we went to get them didn't have them, and we had a Eurostar booked, so we didn't get a chance. But I'm gonna go back at some point and try them. So
You better. You gotta. I mean,
I've had them over here, but obviously they're not the proper ones. Had them on a plane to New York once, but it was from a pack, and tasted like cardboard.
Yeah.
Not gonna say what
Yeah,
airline it was.
Right.
Anywho,
I mean, at
speaking of
least you have
food,
a lot-
Sturdy in the McDonald's 23. It goes to the outside of Enzo King, and it's getting real close here. Has always tipped round.
Oh.
There goes Billy Sturdy. There's the contact, and that is Sturdy gone round. And without question, we're going to get our first caution of the race here, I think. That is about 5 or Sturdy. I tell you what, he's recovered okay, and the caution is out. So, first appearance of the pace car. The caution is out here at Daytona due to Billy Sturdy being spun round. That's going to shake up the strategy here a little bit. Nathan Murray just remembering where the throttle is. He is waiting on race leader Cameron Hill, who this is going to actually work out quite nicely. He's going to be the first car to meet the caution. It is got to use my caution graphic. I didn't think I would, as
no.
he's almost hit the pace car. That would have been quite disastrous. So Nathan's going to put the foot down and catch up. We've given Nathan we've given him a quick car. Or no, sorry, he seems to be waiting for the field once again. So he's getting the Cameron gets the hurry round. Pit lane now closed. No pit stops until it opens on the next trip round.
That was a tricky moment as well between the first batch of drivers and the pace car. That is something to be changed in the future. The
Stumer dropping to the back
protocol.
of the field here, so it looks like Maurice is going to go a lap down.
Oh, that's not great. Can you
Hartl,
unlock
Hartl and
yourself on the
Tishy should
caution?
be allowed get to the back of the field here, so they'll get a significant advantage of this. I'm surprised Stumer didn't put the foot down and try get past the safety car. I believe Cameron is going to be picked up by Nathan Marriott now, so there goes Adrian Tishy past our pace car driver, and there is Cameron Hill. So Cameron is behind the pace car. It'll be a single file restart, or will it be two wide restart? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I can't remember. I wrote the regulations as well. That's disappointing. We have a spinner under caution. Spinner
Oh, no.
under the caution. Who's that that's gone round? It is Maurice Stumer. Oh, now he's definitely a lap down. So spun under the caution, cold brakes, couldn't get her stops and rotated the rear. He's now a lap down here at Daytona after 31 trips round the World Centre of Racing.
And that is a very, very bad move. I mean, you can't unlap yourself on the caution if I'm as far as I'm aware.
I think you might get one lap back. I think he still could be okay, but he is officially the first man to go a lap down.
Yeah, it's not a great start, but then again, it's Daytona, so starts don't matter. The finish matters. Oh no, here we go. You're not gonna finish this up?
Nah. I have it on file here. I can play it if I wanted to. But Cameron Hill, your race leader, under the first caution of the day. As there we go. There's Stumer getting his lap back. So pits will be open this time round. They're all well behaved under the caution. It's great to see. So I wonder will anyone pull into the pit stop and get a refuel here, Kyle? Because this caution has kind of come out of sync. If it was maybe lap 50, it would be more in time with the pit stops, but it's kind of in the middle of a stint.
Right now you could.
Oh, we've a first retirement, and McClemens won't make the 100 laps. This one, he's disconnected from the lobby, and unfortunately, that means your race has been ran on Gran Turismo. So disappointing for Dylan. We won't get an Irish winner of the Daytona 250, and that is disappointing to me.
Exactly. I do think it's gonna be with the refueling. You could, in theory, it was 23 laps, right? Which you could do.
Yeah, I think we saw maximum 25 with saving.
Yeah, you could potentially fill up now and then have 2 more stops after that.
Oh, so yeah, if you pit now, you're going to be trying to go to the end in 2 stops. If you stay out, well, I mean, you're also going to do it in 2, but you might have more fuel come the end of the race. So we're almost getting to the point where this, what we thought was almost a destined 4-stopper, is going to get to the 3 due to the fuel saving in the first stint. So I know I said it was early for fuel saving, but they're going to prove me wrong. It was quite important.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be interesting here what these drivers will decide to do. I bet some of them have got a strategy down. But
well, here we go then. Let's see who dives. And Julius Gassner is in, as is Tyler Davison. Billy Sturdy has come in as well. Legend Rosenberg, Neil Hartl, Adrian Tishy, and Maurice Stumer. So about half the field has come in. Your race leaders stay out. I think if you're at the back, you've got nothing to lose. You may as well come into the pit lane. So for the likes of Stumer, Hartl, Rosenberg, Tishy, a good call in my eyes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens here. I'm not entirely sure yet what will play out later on, though, because you could clearly see some people were very slipstream dependent, whereas others weren't as much with the fuel consumption. So we're going to have to see how this ends up.
We will have to see how this ends up. One of those pitters, of course, was the fantastic Legend Rosenberg, who may not have... Oh, I've put up the wrong graphic, haven't I? He was the fantastic Legend Rosenberg. I know the graphic says Ridwan Hamza, but you're going to see a little bit of broadcast magic now, folks. Watch this. This is going to be very cool. Bang. It's now Legend, and isn't that just a fabulous avatar? 6-time FVR Drivers Champion, 7-time FVR Constructors Champion, most wins, most poles, most podiums, and of course a Hall of Fame entrant as well. Creme de la creme, potentially, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to beat either of the two. Honestly, it's crazy these statistics. Because ever since we started keeping these statistics, we have noticed both of these drivers have basically run the leadership boards in each of them.
Well, here we
Really
go. We're going to
hard
get
to
back
beat
under
it.
green once again. Safety car has peeled off, and the race is now in the control of Cameron Hill as we head to the start-finish line of the World Centre of Racing. Boogity, boogity, boogity! We go racing once again. Great restart for Cameron Hill, and green flag is back out. Into one they go. It is Maurizio Veltis who is in second, Enzo King in third, all well behaved. Davison straight out of the pit lane, immediately has the inside line looking for the top four.
Would you look at that restart? Oh, at the back there with Sam Faith is having an absolute time of his life right there with the defense going on against the Frenchman behind him. It's very close, and this is exciting racing.
I think Sam Faith has found a home on that high line. Hasn't been offered for the last 35 laps. And oh, look at this for a picture.
Oh, no,
and unfortunately, Tishy is round the back and heads to the apron. He will fall to the back of this field as we almost had a full lap of all 13 of them running in unison. Enzo King still leads, Maurizio Veldhaus in second, then it is Pierre Dezern in third, all diving to the inside line. Look at them fly.
And there is another spinner in the meantime as well.
Oh, chaos! We have a good few gone. That is Sam Faith who has spun round. I think it was just Sam. I think everyone else has got away with it, but he's had a spin in the mid-pack. We said he was buried to that outside high line. Oh, Cameron Hill. Cameron Hill was lost, as was Billy Sturdy and Legend Rosenberg. So there was a good few collected in that one. We were nearing another caution in this race, and that has seen a good few kick out of the top. The battle for the top five-ish battle for the race lead. It is still between King and Veldhaus. They were in front of it, and the Dutchman is bump drafting the Austrian.
Exactly. This has been quite the tricky opening phase, and that clearly shows that so many drivers packed together will always result in incidents. That is surprising that the caution didn't come out there, because I did see two cars off the track at one point.
Yes, two cars off as, oh, look how close this is for the top, as you can just see how close it gets. Top four all within half a tenth of a second, almost 3/10 of a second of one another. Hamza has decided he's got to think different and pull to the outside. Can't pull back in. Gassner was there, but he's found a gap and he's going to squeeze his way through. Is Veldhaus going to give him the inside line? Doesn't seem so. As out of control goes Dezern. Has Dezern lost it? He hasn't. Holds on to it beautifully. Best save of the day so far.
Well, that was really close, and imagine that on the other set of tires that we earlier on had these drivers drive, and that would have been torture.
He was a goner if that was the other set of tires. The change was necessary, so the scrutineers have done their job. In that regard, oh my goodness me, Gassner was almost a goner. Hamza is a goner. That's Ridwan round, and he's almost, he's entered the pit lane. He has spun into the pit lane and has been forced into a green flag pit stop that he did not want. This is the potential risks of oval racing.
Okay, that was not on my book of expectations there, and that is reminding me of a certain individual on TikTok who always says, "Why is this guy pitting?"
I was only watching him last night. I was only watching him. And the caution is out. So go Google that guy on TikTok. Kyle, did you see the one where he puts the blindfold on and races?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, under the caution, basically what he does is, for the folks at home, he goes, "Why is this guy pitting?" and then shoves them into the pit lane.
That's exactly what happened just now as well. That is terrible. He just got forced into security of pit stops.
But he has the most annoying American accent ever, which makes it so much funnier.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that made me chuckle because
I
only discovered him yesterday and sent about 6 of them to Tyler Davison. But that was funny. The thing is, that's not actually worked out too bad for Ridwan, because he's now with the pack and has a full tank of fuel, as opposed to everyone else who doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it was looking different half a lap ago.
Yeah,
That is something
oh.
else. Can you imagine that happening in the real Daytona?
That would be so funny. That would be insanely funny.
Oh! Someone is spun in the back!
Oh, they have? Who was that went round? I think it was Hartle. I think it could have been Niels Hartle. Thankfully, he's only lost one spot because Fate, Hamza, and Hill have not caught the field.
That was my jinx going there, Evan. That was completely me. I was manifesting that.
Yes, it was. That was your jinx.
Well, the pit lane is now open at least, so everyone can take their blindfolds off and everyone's going in. Look at that.
Why is this guy pitting? It might be the best bit of content ever, actually. Genuinely. Two haven't pit, though. Pierre Dezern and Maurice Stumer. So Maurice from back to front might get a shot at leading this one out of nowhere. The not concerning thing, maybe enjoyable thing, is we're not even halfway through this one yet.
Yeah, that is semi-concerning as well, because I do have a curfew, but...
Well, there's about 40 minutes left, and I would say.
Yeah, exactly. It should
also,
be
you have a
fine,
curfew,
as long as
you're
we
like
don't,
20.
Well, I have a curfew put on myself, because I have a Sunday League match on a Saturday tomorrow.
Oh. Well, best of luck with that, guy.
It's terrible. It's so... We actually play
Division
on such
5,
a low
by the
level.
way.
Say again?
Division 5 of Sunday League.
No, Division 8. This is I'm playing as a guest in another team.
Oh, you've been
which
you've
is
been
playing in
dumped
the
to
lowest
you've
of the
been
lowest.
dumped to the Division 5 Academy team.
Yeah, which is
Sorry, for
unfortunately
any Americans who are
Division
watching
3.
this just because they saw Daytona, we're talking about soccer.
Yeah, we are. We're actually so low that the only teams who participate are very crossed out in throughout the whole country. So we have to travel for about 1.5 hours to the soccer team.
Neil says he spun while saving footage. Are we going to question
enough. Why would you type while driving then?
it? Yeah, Nils. Don't text and drive, kids.
Yeah, who would do such a thing during an FVR race? I would never.
Right, Kyle, while we have a moment getting ready for the in-lap, let's have a look at a few liveries. Pierre Dezern, what do you make of this one?
Yeah, it's a good livery, but it's pretty more basic, I wouldn't say, but it's a great livery. It's not too bad, but not too great either, in my opinion. And then you have this Morris Stumer. Yeah,
Valentino Rossi, number 46 on the side of the car. We're not going to get a good look at it now, though, thanks to the camera. But what you make of Maurice's?
Yeah, it looks good. I do like the red on these cars. It just fits with the track, the situation, and the car model. It's just red.
It is indeed. We'll get to more after, because safety car driver Nathan Marriott will be speeding back to the pit lane. And you can see, I think the safety car livery is one of the nicest in the field, in all honesty. He's going to head back to the pit lane. And for the first time here at Daytona, Pierre Dezern is going to lead us away on the restart. Had a good race here in the FVR GT Championship at Daytona. Got a points finish. He'd like more. He'd like to taste some silverware here at the World Centre of Racing. And as we head towards the start line, which is imaginary, but the drivers all know it, Pierre Dezern puts pedal to the metal and we go racing once again at Daytona. Brilliant launch from Ridwan Hamza in third. He's got a fantastic getaway and has the slipstream and the inside line down towards the first banked turn. It is Dezern, Stumer, Hamza, Davison, Rosenberg, your top five in the 43rd lap of the Daytona 250. 3/4 of a second lead for Pierre Dezern. I tell you what, he's got away nicely.
Yeah, he did. And there's, look at the fighting at the back there. That is for P6 and P7. Legend Rosenberg in the middle of the fighting again. Very, very close to each other there. That is extremely risky what he just did.
It is extremely risky, but risk equals reward. Look how high Ridwan Hamza's running, and Stumer has followed. They've almost picked up a little bit of paint damage to the right-hand side of their cars, heading down towards the start-finish line once again. We are all over the place. We're 2, 3 wide in multiple places. Julius Gassner to the lead.
Wow, and that was oh my days! It's so close together. This field. This is amazing racing there going on, Evan. You have done incredibly well with forming such an event. As Julius Gassner is now furiously defending his spot from 4 drivers who were going side to side.
Who would have thought when they woke up this morning Gassner would lead the field of greats? Here comes Ridwan Hamza though to take it back off him in the 14, 48 on the outside as well, and 41 to the inside. Makes contact with Hartl in the 3. Hartl does a stellar job of holding on to it on the outside line in the Dale Earnhardt livery. Enzo King looking to get involved as well. 44th lap of proceedings completed. We head on to the 45th. This is fantastic racing so far. It is the Aussie Serb up front who does lead like he did earlier. Ridwan Hamza has had it taken off by Gassner again, but Gassner has to go to the high line. He's feeling a lot better in these tyres, I think. We saw him struggling keep it to the apron on the racing softs, and the sports soft doing a much better job, pulls into slipstream, and DeZern has to go below the yellow line. That'll be allowed. Look at Enzo King squeezing through as well, and Gassner's gone from 1st to 5th in a matter of moments.
Wow, that is incredible racing in between these drivers, and a little bit of a leg strike going on as well. That is so tricky not to get desynced into the wall here. Look at that. P2 and P3, Enzo King there.
Look at this.
Massively. It's centimeters, Evan. Centimeters.
This is incredible. 4 wide at Daytona. Unbelievable. Julius Gassner to the outside. Davison's in the middle of it. They've evened out a little bit here. We're now 2 abreast once again. Hamza just looks back at what is occurring. He's giving it everything to try and win this race. He still has to do another half of it. 3 abreast once again. 2 Germans and an Austrian as the plane lands in the background. We are really up and flying. 700 brake horsepower. All giving it everything.
And look at those smoke as well. Now these drivers are pushing it to the absolute limit there. Ridwan looks in his mirrors, left and right, cars everywhere.
Cars absolutely everywhere. Niels Hartl tucked right behind Ridwan Hamza at the front of this, and Niels Hartl is trying the outside into number 3. This is the best bit of racing we've had so far at the world centre of it, and I tell you what, this is stellar. 10 cars still in contention here. We've had a couple of stragglers drop to the back, but no need for the caution just yet. Gassner going for the inside line on Niels Hartl. These two have been at tender hooks throughout almost the last calendar year. There's a wreck in the background. That's Davison off and into the wall, slams on the brakes trying to stop it, almost hits the inside wall, drops down the order, and he's going to rejoin. That will add to the caution count, so we're on about 3 or 4 now. We might get another one in another couple of laps, but still, I tell you what, the number 95 of Julius Gassner is leading at Daytona.
Yep, and it's looking great for him. He has been proving himself well, as well as Niels Hartl, who's back there already. He's had incidents as well. Look at him now. None of this is predictable anymore.
Who would have thought you have a field of Hamza, Rosenberg, Davison, and the 2 that are scrapping for the lead is Julius Gassner and Niels Hartl. That goes to show that NASCAR is really a different thing to single-seater and even endurance racing. You got to be crafty, you got to be witty, and you got to make sure your strategy is correct to put yourself in positions like this. We're going to be at the halfway point in this race now. Go grab yourself some popcorn, go fill up your drinks, because this is going to be one excellent piece of automobile fighting coming up in about the next half an hour. As here we go. Still Gassner to the outside. Oh, sorry, Hartl to the outside, I should say. Probably the cleanest fight these two have ever had.
Yeah, I was about to say, none of them have crashed yet, and that is also insane for the 3 laps they have been fighting now.
Yeah, it has indeed. And Hamza just sitting back and watching this. Probably a little bit of fuel saving going on. You don't want to do more than 2 stops from now to the end. If you do more than 2 stops from now to the end, your race is curtained. Some of these drivers might even try to just do 1, but 50 laps, 1 stop, it's going to be very tough. You're going to need a lot of fuel saving and a couple of cautions to help with that as well. Here's Rosenberg now putting himself in the mix. You can see his helmet very vividly inside the cockpit of his Charger SRT 2015 edition as the inside line now tucks behind. There we go. That's Cameron Hill round. That is Cameron Hill, who has wrecked in the background, hits the wall, and that brings out the caution. 3rd caution of the evening. And that is for the wreck of Cameron Hill. Now down to 10th. That'll set us once again. You're going to see a lot of pitters here, I think.
Yeah, we are. Most likely, I mean, it's almost exactly on the window as well, but the window is pretty much gone with all the cautions we've already had and the pit stops that came because of it.
Yeah, it's... The cautions have actually come at a time that have totally changed the strategy, which is making for a very good billing. It is making for a fantastic race, and I tell you what, Julius Gassner is leading it.
Yeah, it's also notable to like, if you would screenshot this and you would send it to me, I think this was like the warm-up lap.
Julius Gassner is beating Legend Rosenberg in an FVR race.
Yeah.
You could easily crop out the caution bit. Although the only thing is he is beating him on merit.
Yeah, and that is the crazy part.
He is beating him on merit.
Can we just click this and then just post it and then...
I mean, the live stream will be here forever. You can screen record it afterwards if you like.
Oh, I am. I might actually have to video advertise this on the Dutch National News channel.
Yeah, Ziggo actually are running a feature on this tomorrow.
Are?
Yeah, Ziggo Sport are running a Julius Gassner feature.
Oh, they are. Yeah, no, I am very aware of that.
You thought that
Julius
was real for a
Gassner
second.
Saturday
That's
analysis.
really concerning. Fastest lap has belonged to Billy Sturdy from, I think, the second or third lap of the race. Has Albert just nudged the safety car? I think he has. The caution, the pace car. I think he has. But, folks, take your photos now and pin it on your wall. The front two is Julius Gassner and Legend Rosenberg. I think Zauber genuinely might put this on as well. Because he does print out stuff and put it on as well.
Can I just say, the safety car does look like the best car on the grid right now. Oh no, why are they colliding with each other in the back there?
It does look like the best car on the grid. Pits will be open this time. I imagine most of them should come in. At least that would be the better strategy. Zauber's probably... Oh no, he does... He's getting better. I thought he was going to stay out just so he could lead the restart, which is something old Zauber might have done. He still is going to be leading the restart. No, he isn't. Enzo King has stayed out. So everyone other than Enzo is into the pit lane. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting. We're going to get up the... just get up the race data quickly, the car data. Will clash with our on-screen graphics. His fuel... Yeah, not a full tank, so I'm quite surprised he's done that. Because pitting now guarantees that this becomes one more stop to the end. He's gone for track position here, and an earlier stop.
This is a weird situation where both of these drivers are... It's a 50-50 in my opinion.
Okay, so are you saying this is a good decision from Enzo?
I'm entirely lost as to if this is or if this isn't.
To be fair, this is genuinely the first time we've ever done this, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure the drivers themselves know what the best decision to make is.
I'm not sure anyone knows at this point in time, because this is the weird part where
look how
it's a gray area.
ridiculous that camera angle is.
Yeah.
My word. You don't really realise the sloping of this banking until you put it like that.
Exactly.
So, Enzo King leads the field. It is Julius Gassner second, Legend Rosenberg in third. And it is Ridwan Hansen, Nils Hartl, Sam Fate. Then it is Adrian Tishy, Cameron Hill, Tyler Davison. Then it is Maurizio Veldhuis. Then it is Billy Sturdy. And of course, our safety car driver, Nathan Marriott, technically in the lead. It is technically 14th because he has to be on timing and scoring. Are you still sticking with your prediction here, Kyle, of a legend victory at the
I have given up my
Speedway?
prediction completely here. I do not know what's about to happen, and I'm all here for it.
This really has been fantastic so far. I hope you've enjoyed it at home, folks. Let us know your thoughts so far on the race. As Zauber has simply said yes in the stream chat. Let us know your thoughts on the race, any comments you may have. We're happy to read them out. here in the live stream. We're on lap. We will be starting lap 55 of 100. Remember, on that lap count, we are 1 lap over where we actually are, because the formation lap counts as a racing lap on this game. It's confusing. I'm sorry. It was the best way to do it, but the last sort of 25 laps of this were really, really good. I hope we get that again.
Yeah, I do think we will. Honestly, the caution has been reset, and we should be flying away now.
So, Enzo King will get to restart us here at the Speedway, and Nathan Marriott, safety car driver, pulls into the pit lane. The 44 is going to be the man to put the hammer down as he heads towards the start-finish line once again. The grandstands are packed for Formula Virtual Racing. The fans can't wait to get to this circuit to watch the conclusion of this one. And as we get to the start-finish line, we go racing once again in Daytona. Good restart from Enzo King, leads away nicely.
Exactly, and look at all those cars, the scratches and bumps on all of them, as Legend Rosenberg now tries to side draft on Julius Gassner.
Yep, he's going for it. Hartl to the high line. Hartl very, very high, running in the highest lane of the banking, and is trying to swoop round the outside. He's got the run as well. Nils Hartl to second place. Brilliant move from the German. Timed it nicely, and while they all bunched up behind Gassner, Hartl moves to second place, a move Dale himself would have been proud of. He's raising hell. He's praising Dale, or he's... Yeah, raising hell and praising Dale. I forgot the slogan. As Julius Gassner is losing places. Round goes Rosenberg to the high line. Collects Hill with him as well. And there we go. It's a monstrous collision. 3-4 cars round. Davison included in that one, as was... Or no, Hamza and Davison not. Sturdy was included. So was Stumer. And that is 4 cars who have gone round. It is Veldhuis, Rosenberg, Stumer and Sturdy who have all fallen to the back of the field. Drama here in Florida.
That is an outrageous collision where somehow no caution, but that was 5 cars, I think, is in the back.
No, it was 4.
Someone else got collected as well.
I think it was only 4.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it's only 1 car now, and these guys are going 3 wide.
Yep, they are going 3 wide at the front. It is King and Gassner. Tishy just behind. Adrian Tishy, I tell you what, he's ran a very underrated race here. He's now battling for the podium. He's emerged up the top out of nowhere. Remember, they all pit but Enzo on the last pit stop. So Adrian Tishy is competitively running at second. It's not an alternate strategy thing. The only one on an alternate strategy now is the 44 that's currently on your screen. So just to run through the reshuffled order, it is Gassner, Tishy in second. I can't believe it is Julius Gassner, Adrian Tishy battle for the race lead. This really, when we said at the start of the stream, we don't know how this is going to go. We really meant it. Enzo King in third, then it is Cameron Hill, Sam Fate, Ridwan Hamza, Tyler Davison, and then it is Pierre Dezern, Nils Hartl, Legend Rosenberg, it is Richard Veldhuis, and then it is Morris Stumer and Billy Sturdy, and then there's Nate, our safety car driver, who's just watching on eagerly. Top 2 push their way over the start-finish line, and I know we said there was no love lost between Nils and Zauper. This is as feisty as you're going to get here in Daytona. These two don't like each other.
Well, and this is about to be the moment where it shows if there is someone who's going to take the higher road here, but I bet it's NASCAR, and no one does that in NASCAR.
That's a purple sector 1 from Adrian Tishy. He's getting the run here and going for the fastest lap. There's no fastest lap point. There's no points. It's a one-off race. But he is flying in the number 99. Said he's ran this livery to evidently make it clear that he is not American. I think he's got the point across.
Look at those two flying away, though, in the meantime. Cameron is nowhere near them.
They're really running well. This is really smart racing from Adrian Tishy. Just sticking behind and bump Zauber around the bankings. And they will pull away. They are pulling away. This is superb. This is such a different type of racing than what we are used to here in FVR. Our single-seaters and our GT Championship. This is just superb.
It is some amazing racing here, and this format is really working as well. You just wish this would have been able with bigger lobby sizes.
Imagine 30 of these. This would be ridiculous.
Such a shame they focus on adding Japanese old cars instead of increasing lobby size.
Yeah, we got a Renault Kangoo, and that was the best thing about the most recent update.
But hey, at least we got an update.
Yeah, at least we got an update. Here comes Ridwan Hamza looking for the move on Sam Fade. Goes to the outside and not able to get it done. Switches Sam to the outside to give him the inside, and Enzo toes Ridwan's side draft from Sam Fade on his beloved outside line.
That is some crazy racing as well on the outside, knowing the risk of the other driver simply going to the outside as well, or someone else behind you moving to the inside, results in a wall. And that wall comes at you quite fast at 200 miles per hour.
It does. That wall does come fast. Obviously, we've no permanent damage on, but you still don't want to hit it. Never good to hit the wall. At least in my,
I mean, in racing,
to the best of my
generally. Spider GT D team still hasn't realized that yet.
No, neither has the C team.
No, and the B team.
And sometimes the A team.
Yeah, I'm afraid so too. Just the whole team at this point, no?
We don't mean we mean the Spider GT team, A team. I hope someone found that funny. Yeah. I really do. Still, Julius Gassner. Julius Gassner and Adrian Tisci, I know I said they don't like each other. That's obviously all water under the bridge. They've pulled 3.4 seconds in a Daytona NASCAR race on the field. They have gapped the rest of the field.
Look at that! They're not even in the background anymore. They're just dots.
This is marvelous stuff from these two.
And they are so smart for this.
Incredibly smart. This is genius from, let's call a spade a spade. Two drivers who are not frontrunners in FVR in any of our championships, running like champions.
Yeah, and I mean, there's going to be a point where those guys behind you won't even catch up anymore because they're having to fight each other more. I
don't think we will, but if we run green flag free to the end, well, who knows what's going to happen. But again, I don't think we will. Well. There will be another caution because the caution count is currently 1 till another caution. But yeah, look, we have all the fancy graphics for Tyler, Ridwan, and Legend. It's two underdogs who are doing the business.
It is, and if they keep this up, they will end up far. They will end up in at least the podium.
Obviously, you don't really want a podium. You want to win. 4.5 now is the gap.
Wow.
The only thing is, I think the top two are pushing a lot, and the rest of the grid will be fuel saving at this point, which might come back to haunt them because you want the least amount of fuel in your final stop, because that's when track position matters most. But still, this has been an enjoyable 10 laps to see Gassner and Tisci at the front. Luke commenting in the stream, an Adrian win would heal the world. I think it would. I think it would. I think it might be the greatest moment in FVR history if it happens.
And these guys are obviously not going to play together because there's so many of them, they don't realize that they have to work together or won't trust each other to work together here.
Right, let's pop down the Daytona on screen logo and let's have a look at some car data here. And let's see what way the fuel is working. So, Zauber is at a half tank, Adrian's at a half tank. This is genuine pace. Ridwan's done a little bit of fuel saving, but the top two have ran this at genuine pace.
This is outrageous.
The rest of the field aren't fuel saving.
Wow.
It could all go wrong if there's another caution. But, my oh my, we have the potential for something special here in Daytona.
Can I just say, the only thing that would really finish this off is them hitting each other off. That would really be an agent, yeah.
Which there's a high chance of, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The gap is also closing. So Ridwan has maybe stopped saving, and the gap is also closing. It's now 3.3. But look, we're not complaining. We are not complaining.
No, definitely not. They're working together.
This has been fantastic.
would you look at the fighting as well in the group um, between between Legend and I believe that is Mother Big. Yeah,
Yeah, that's Maurizio Velthaus.
they
And
haven't had too much luck lately. Surely
well,
Legend has found himself in a
Legend
lot
has
of
had a
incidents.
disaster of a race so far.
Yeah,
Not necessarily due to his own fault, but he's had an absolute stinker. And that's putting it lightly. Legend, well, he needs his luck to improve very quickly here, because we're almost in the final 30 laps of this race. One more pit stop, probably one more caution. Things need to go right soon, or he's not going to get his oval win that he missed out on in Indianapolis. He's not going to get his oval win in Daytona as it stands. He has been beaten out of the park. But
yeah,
I do say that with a hint of sarcasm, because it's not on pace that he's down this far. It is bad luck.
Yeah, he has found himself in at least 4 incidents that I can remember. It might be even more, as these guys are losing ground now to Ridwan again.
Yeah, they are losing ground to Ridwan. Ridwan is catching, and the ever-present emerges of one of the best FVR GT drivers, or dare I say, the best FVR GT driver in terms of events of all time. I forgot we got rid of the Ridwan graphic, and it's now Legend who's on screen. I don't know why. They changed, but Ridwan's stats were there once upon a time. Now it's Legends. That's a mistake on my part. But 2.6 now the gap between second and third. Still a nice gap, and these two are pushing on and putting the hammer down. And remember, one more pit stop to the end of this race. If it's timed right, they could be onto something.
Exactly. The only thing that would put this off completely would be a caution again. And now you're starting to think the Legend is the only one who is really battling it out with someone else, and Ridwan and Cameron and Sam Faith are close to each other, but it's not really a lot of risk of someone spinning right now, I'd say.
No, not really. This happens in Indianapolis every year when we run it as well. From about lap 50 to about lap 80 is just really smooth, consistent running with not many incidents. And I'm delighted to say we've got that again here at Daytona, because it kind of, the nerves at the start and sort of the anticipation for the first 30 laps gets you through that. Then it dies a little bit. Then the next 30 laps are over in an instant and the drama's back again. So this has worked out well.
Exactly. No, but it's worked out great, actually. Yeah, it's look at these two though. They're really smart right now.
They've pushed that gap up again, so Ridwan has popped in behind for a bit of fuel saving. He's not just lost 1.7 seconds out of pure pace. I don't think you could do that on an oval apart from bump drafting, as I think I just saw Enzo King dive for the pit lane. No, I stand corrected. He's not pit just yet, but does need to pit soon.
Would you look at that sunset coming in as well? You might actually get some great screenshots of this. The bump drafting as well.
Yeah, Nathan Marriott usually does some photos. I'm not sure if he's doing it after this race, but they're going to be superb. He's going to get some cracking shots if he does them, or whoever does the photos after this one is going to get some marvellous looks, because the sun's setting. It's just a beautiful evening for racing.
It is. I mean, look at the lights now coming on as well. They can start flashing each other as well, which is in the rear view mirror. It's going to be terrible. Oh, look at that, a left car.
Oh, Enzo King lap down, so he did come into the pit lane. So that is Enzo, who started this race on pole position, is now a lap down in the Daytona 250. He now needs a caution. Another caution, he will get his lap back. If he doesn't, well, unfortunately, that's that for Enzo's win chances. He's 40 seconds behind the race lead with that green flag stop. And I fear he's not going to make the end of this on that stop either. So we were debating it earlier, Kyle. Bad strategy call from Enzo King.
Maybe yes now. It's more pointing towards the yes. Look at that car, by the way. Just completely something different. Look at the amount of scratches on the side of that car.
Yeah, it's fairly roughed up. Usually after the Indy 500 you see a load of rubber all over the car. Adrian has a load of pieces of other people's cars all over his car, it seems. As the headlights are coming on, we're going to end this one under the night sky of Florida. Crystal clear night sky. It's a beautiful sunny day here for the FVR Daytona 250. If you're enjoying the action, please make sure to pop a subscription on our YouTube channel. It's been a great time so far, and as we're heading into the final stages of this race, it's only going to get better.
Exactly. It's been an amazing ride. Honestly, I really love the system. I would have just loved it if there were more people being able to if it was possible to put more people in the lobby. That would have been massive.
Admittedly, we didn't have much more sign-ups, but I do get your point.
Yeah. It's just a shame with Polyphony and their crazy stuff. Enzo
Shout out
King,
Polyphony though, because we've put a random car around Daytona and it's given us a spectacle.
Through that. Oh, Jesus Christ! That is King Enzo with a massive snap there, almost killing the first two drivers.
Yeah, Enzo trying to unlap himself here. Not even intentional, probably. This is just the way that the race is being run. 3.4 seconds still between Cameron and Adrian. It's getting a little bit nervy. I don't know about you, but I certainly am getting a little bit nervy here because every lap that ticks over, the more this is becoming like we're not going to get another caution. I'm still convinced we will, but Julius and Adrian must be starting to feel a little bit nervy at this point. Zauber has genuinely led this race for a good 20 laps at this point, and you can probably hear my smile saying that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you must as well as Ridwan start to feel like some sort of an urge.
He's in. Oh, Adrian! Problem for Adrian. Adrian is stopped at the top of the banking. So Adrian is...
Run out of fuel?
It is disaster for Adrian Tisci. I hope he's not run out of fuel. Might have been why he slammed on the brakes, because he missed the pit lane. He should have enough to get it home. Should have enough to get home. But that is a disaster for Adrian if that is what happened, and potentially race win chance gone. We were just saying how well it's going. Zauber got in and out okay, still in the race lead, but he has lost his partner at the top of this one and will be clawed in by those who have the slipstream. That's terrible for Adrian, who was running so well. I didn't see what happened. I was messing about with the stream. I don't know if you caught it, Kyle.
No, I didn't catch it either. It was some sort of a braking action. It might have been another car, but I'm not entirely sure either. He's into the pits now, though.
Yeah, he's got to the pits okay on 1% of fuel, so all is okay in that regard for Adrian Tisci. But he did lose a good 20 seconds. Cameron Hill and Maurizio Veldhuis are in the lead of this one, with Tyler Davison in third. 77 laps completed, going on to 78. Remember, we're one behind the ticker here in this one. Well, we have actually completed 78 laps, but it's 77 racing. Davison, all the way to the outside, sparks his way through the banking into the lead of the race, and he has missed the pit lane. He has missed the pit lane. Oh, and he's been reset. It's a disaster for Tyler Davison.
No.
It is an absolute disaster. He's just lost 40 seconds to the good. He's going to lose even more time now because he's not up to full racing speed. Let's get the fuel info up. He's damaged as well. Should have enough to get it home. Oh, but that is two very unfortunate incidents that have kind of opened this race wide up.
It is. I mean, wouldn't this count as a car and throw
Open this
with
race
the
wide
cautions?
open. Sorry. I'm not sure. Certainly, Nathan, the race director, hasn't called it yet. He's now in the lead of the race by 52 seconds. Oh, well, that's because he's the only one who hasn't pit, isn't it? But he could still be okay here. Could still be okay. Could get away with it. It was a significant time loss, but probably less than a crash itself. He's got home with 0% in the tank. Wow, that was squeaky bum time for Tyler Davison.
And would you look at that, say, the pace car is anxious to get out at this point. It's been quiet.
It has been very quiet. We're now into the final 20, or we're into the final 20% of the race, 20 laps of the race, and Davison getting his fuel service. He's going to come out in 11th. He's going to come out in 12th. He might come out in 13th. So he needs a caution and a lot of work to do even at that.
A lot of drivers need a caution, to be fair, because Legend Rosenberg and others alike as well are way far behind.
It's not a good day to be from Kingston upon Hull because their two drivers, two representatives, are 12th and 13th with 20 to go. Leader of this race, by quite a margin, is still Julius Gassner, but he's got 5 chasing cars who want to win at Daytona right behind him. They need to work together here.
Yeah, they all need to actually, but the earlier on advantage that they had was that they just had 2 cars, so they could easily work together. Now there's a completely different side to the story.
Okay, just sorry to butt in, Kyle, but what happened to... Oh, that's Sam Fate round, that's Sam Fate round. Hold it, Sam, hold it, Sam. Well held, Sam Fate. Wow, what a save by Sam. Just held it well indeed. And he's still running in this one. What I was going to say is what happened to Adrian is exactly what happened to Tyler, and they both overshot the pit lane.
I don't even know. Did they get hit though? Like, what happened?
No, I would say they both just totally misjudged the pit lane because they were following a car in. And at such speed, couldn't get it turned. You have to remember, we're not on slick tyres in this. We are on grooved rubber. And just couldn't get the grip potentially.
Wow.
There's gap up the front now, 3.8 for Julius Gassner. Imagine what Sauber's going to be like if he wins this. Because we know what he's like just in an FVR draft stream interview, let alone winning a race. I think I would have to lift the curse ban. Not even intentional, just because we'd have no other choice. But I tell you, there is a long way to go in this.
I mean, his connection went during an interview. I bet it's going to be like...
Oh, those headphones. Oh, my
the
word.
Mars interview.
Look at this, though. Look at this battle for second. Hill, Hamza, King, Rosenberg, Veldhuis. Look at this. 3, 4, wide, 5, wide. In towards turn 3. Nils Hartelaar as well, bumping and pushing their way through. And it is Hamza and Veldhuis who are in the front of it. It looked a lot closer. They are all running okay. Oh my goodness me, this has been such an entertaining race. The only thing is they're getting a mental slipstream off one another and catching Julius Gassner at a rate of knots, 2.5 now, and you can see it's like the Tour de France. The runaway cyclist is being hunted down by the peloton.
Exactly, and just look at the amount of cars that are so close together right now. Wow.
84 laps of 101, 83 of 100 in terms of racing. Here at the FVR Daytona 250. Have we actually had a caution in the second half of the race? I don't think we have. I think we've been green since lap 54.
Something like that, yeah.
So 30 laps of green flag running is superb. For this standard, given how much cautions we sometimes have in Indianapolis, how much we had at the start of this race, this really is fabulous.
It is. It's a really great job by the drivers. They have done incredible right now with the amount of cautions that we had, considering how hard it is as well to even keep a car on track.
Yeah, now admittedly they've all got into the groove of it and it is significantly easier than it was in qualifying. Also less fuel in qualifying as well, so the cars were literally at their peak. They're all doing a good job. Unfortunately, Julius Gassner's reign in the lead of this race looks to be over, because Ridwan Hamza is hot on his heels. It was Maurizio Veldhuis, but he's dropped down. We've also had Billy Sturdy's fastest lap beat. Look at Enzo! Enzo bumps over. He's going to get another lap in the lead.
Look at that in the background in the meantime. Niels Hartel as well, still going for it.
Look at the way this race is played out. We've had no cautions for 30 laps, and they're still so close. It's played out so beautiful here. Unless your name is Davison or Sturdy, of course, because they are 12th and 13th, but they are working together here and trying to push their way up through the field, but it's a significant deficit to the lead. They're heading through turn 1, and Gassner's on the other side of the track. Oh, don't lose it now, Zauber, you've ran so strong. And he's battling with Nils Hartel and Enzo King.
Would you have imagined this battle for the lead when we started this race.
Sauber wasn't even supposed to be racing until yesterday. He cooked up a livery last night, and he's here, and he's in the lead with 14 to the checker.
Wow. Gotta respect the hustle of that man.
I think he's going to lose the lead for the first time since since him and Adrian lost it since lap 54, and he's been bumped under the apron. Nils Hartl leads at Daytona.
Look at that, King Enzo as well.
Oh, look at it behind, look at it behind! 4 wide behind, 3 wide in front. Enzo King's best lap came on the last lap. That was a 44 flat. Fastest lap in this race is a 43.5. We are at unobtainable speeds to the knowledge of Dodge in this car. These guys are doing it here at the World Centre of Racing. Lap 87 of 100, round goes Gassner! The dream is potentially over. Into the wall, Cameron Hill as well has gone off the circuit. That is Cameron Hill who's gone careering off into the Armco barrier. The caution is out potentially for the last time here in Daytona. Oh no for Sauber, that is disastrous, but still in with a chance. This does mean though we're going to have a 13 car fight for the win of the Daytona 250.
Oh boy, we're in for a good one here, Evan. It is going to be just like the cars race.
It is. We are in for a fantastic one. It's going to be just like the Indy 250. Oh. Go to your kitchens and get your popcorn. Get your drinks, or whatever snacks you may choose. Cheeky bag of Haribo. Maybe a corn dog. I know they eat a lot of them in Florida.
Or the
We're gonna have a
9-lap
shootout here.
Yeah, this is going to be insanity. All of these drivers have a chance again.
Sorry, Carl, if you were asking me a question and didn't have my headphones on.
Yeah, no, I was saying this is insanity. It's going to be all of these drivers are going to have a chance again to get that win.
Yep, everyone has a chance now. Everyone has a chance. It's going to take a lot of work for some, specifically Stumer, Tishy, Sturdy and Davison. But everybody has a chance. I'm getting nervous for them. I am getting nervous for them. Pit lane now open, so if anyone wants a service, they can come in for one, but I really don't see why you'd pit now, especially for fuel.
Yeah, no, me neither. I mean, everyone's bits, everything should be sorted right now. It's just the grid getting back together again. Those lights on the face car as well, they just blend in beautifully, don't they?
Yes, they do. Oh, this is fantastic. We've had a couple of pitters here. I'm not sure. They're all going for fresh rubber. I didn't think tyre wear was turned on, but seemingly it is. Oh no, they're not going for fresh rubber. So, Enzo was low on fuel. So, King, Rosenberg, Davis and Sturdy were probably low on fuel, and they are all going to pit. The thing is, they can run engine mode 1, which is the quickest engine mode, until the end of the race. The rest might have to do some saving. But if you're Nils Hartl, if you're Maurizio Veldhaus, if you're Ridwan Hamza, you can't afford to pit. You need to keep this track position. You've got a great chance of winning this race.
Yeah, exactly. It's for them. It's a completely different story. But what's happening right now is that Legend as well needs to drive all the way from the back. Now,
Yep.
the overtaking around here is quite hard, and surely when there's an incident as well. So this is going to be a completely unpredictable end to the race.
Yeah, another driver who's come from the back now as well is Tyler Davison. You can see on your screen, two-time FVR Drivers' Champion, the FVR Mazda MX-5 Cup Champion, the FVR Constructors Champion, and a three-time FVRA Constructors Champion. He's going to have to put all those skills to the test here, Kyle, because as you said, a lot of work to do, and needs to get over that pit lane blunder that potentially might cost him a win here at the Speedway.
Exactly. It's going to be a very tricky one. Would you just... Oh, there is some pitters.
Oh, that's a weird one. And that is Ridwan Hamza. And
I think they realized the
Gassner again. Very weird one, that, actually. Ridwan obviously not confident in his fuel number to the end. He has just pit from third. Unless they're trying to go to the back to get a slingshot of some sort. I I don't know. I really don't
do
know.
not know what their plan is right now. I'm guessing a fuel mode 1 instance, whereas the others have to save up a bit of fuel, but Ridwan is usually not one to make a guess.
That's very interesting. So Nils Hartl, Maurizio Veldhuis, and now Sam Fate, the top three. And it's going to be an 8-lap shootout.
And then it's going to be green this lap as well, so they need to.
I think.
This is going to be exciting.
Was there any lapped traffic? I don't believe there was, so should be all good and green this time. We'll get the call from our pace car and race steward Nathan Marriott very shortly. He usually gives the call around now. If it's going to be coming in, we might be doing one more lap, which is absolutely fine because that'll mean chaos racing. Hopefully they all keep it clean. You don't want to see an incident, because if there's an incident now, the chance of a race win will be gone. Lap 97 3/4 is the final call for a pace car, and we are green this time. So Nils Hartl will be getting us underway, with Maurizio Veldhuis in second, potentially for the final time at Daytona International Speedway. We go racing, and Hartl leads us away onto turn number 1 once again. These are the deciding moments of this race. Nils Hartl in towards turn number 1, I should say, with the lead. Sam Fate looking for the outside, not going to find it just yet. Davison and Adrian Tishy already making some moves. We're all clean so far. Hamza rounds off the field.
Multiple small collisions in the midfield, as well as Tyler Davison and Enzo King are now fighting at it. They are bump drafting each other into some sort of a domino bump draft right now, stretching all the way from P8 to P4.
Oh, that's Tishy round. That's Adrian Tishy who's lost it and is round and out of race winning chance here at the Daytona 250. What's been such a positive evening, or afternoon I should say, for Adrian Tishy. Unfortunately, he won't be able to win it. Utterly disappointing for the Canadian.
Yep, exactly. It's going to end in tears for him there, as there are some side-to-side battling still going on, but also some lag spikes going on in the middle pack of this 1-2 P12 pack. Loads of small lag spikes as well.
Yes, loads of small little niggles as Tyler Davison has worked his way up, and there's another car gone round.
No.
Is that Ridwan Hamza who's gone round, or is it Billy Sturdy? It is. Oh, there's multiple cars gone. There is now multiple cars. Davison's gone as well. That is 3 cars gassed, or it was Nils Hartl who was gone. Enzo King has dropped as well. We may actually get one more caution in this one because the caution count is fairly close. But I tell you what, it is now Billy Sturdy who's got a second. He wasn't involved in that one. There was a lot of cars gone. Just to confirm, those who have spun was Adrian Tishy, Nils Hartl, Tyler Davison, Enzo King. And yes, it was just those 4, so we're 1 away from the caution count. Lap 97 3/4, or lap 96 3/4, it is one or the other, will be the final caution. This is going to come down between the top 3. Julius Gassner still in contention here, still running well, still in 5th place.
He is. Same story for Legend Rosenberg, who's managed to actually not get unlucky this time. He's still in P7, but P7 is nearly 2 seconds away from P1.
This is crazy stuff here at Daytona, and Sturdy looking for the inside on Maurizio Veldhuis.
Would you look at that as well? A purple sector there.
Sector! Round goes Veldhuis, round goes Sturdy. Caution will come out for the final time at Daytona. We will get another chance. Sam Faith has gone round as well. Everyone's back in it. We have another chance. We're going to have a shootout to the end. We are going to have a shootout.
There's a penalty. There is a penalty.
There's a penalty? Who's got a corner cutting penalty? Oh, it's Legend. He's going to have to serve a slowdown. That could cost them here, you know.
Oh, boy.
My word. This is unbelievable.
Oh, he's going to drop a lot of positions.
He is going to drop a lot of positions. Ridwan's in prime position for this.
Yeah, Legend Rosenberg there when... How did he even get that penalty?
I don't know. Oh, someone's
Oh,
into the
there's a car.
wall.
Oh.
That is Julius Gassner, I believe, who's just gone into the wall. It is. So Zauber's off into the barrier for one final time. We're ending this one under the night sky, as Sam Faith has been...
He's an AI.
Oh, he's an AI. So Sam is going to have to get out of AI pretty quickly here. And fall back into the field. I'm not too sure why he is in AI. But it's not great, as AI is coming into... Oh no, he's not coming into the pit lane. He's parked up. So Sam has done the right thing there. I got a bit scared for a second that he was going to be in AI and the whole race is ruined. But
A disconnected controller wins the race all of a sudden.
we will have lap 98, 90. We'll have 3 or 4 laps shootout here.
Yeah, this is going to be complete insanity, as that base car is only starting to look even better now.
We didn't really get a chance to debunk liveries. We're not going to get a chance to debunk them now.
Nope, but that is all fine when considering the racing that's about to happen is going to provide more of a spectacle than anything.
It will indeed. If you're enjoying the action, was that a green this time? I wasn't looking at my screen.
Yep, green.
Okay, so green this time. This will be the final caution at Daytona. It all matters now. If you're enjoying the action, make sure to pop a subscription on the stream, folks. We greatly appreciate it. What a race it's been. Evan Dalton and Kyle Davison in the commentary box for you. Ridwan Hamza will lead us away with Cameron Hill on the outside. 2 drivers who know this game inside out. If you want to know this game inside out with 9 races, check out the FVR GT Championship coming up very, very soon. But all our attention is going to focus on the final restart here in Daytona. We have 13 cars in the fight once again. The only thing is this time the stakes are much higher. So if you're at the back, you got to get to the front ASAP, and you need a touch of class. Ridwan Hamza will lead us to the start-finish line to run lap 98, 99, 100 and 101 of this fabulous Daytona FVR 250. Boogity, 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 we are racing for the final time. Ridwan Hamza leads us away as pedal goes to the metal. Good restart, there's moves being made immediately.
And remember, guys, no caution is able to be put out again. So this is it. This is the last 3 laps of the race where everything can still happen. Look at those guys already side to side here. Piero and not Morris Schumer there. Loads of flashing lights as well in the background. There's already a group formation too.
There is, and there's already a little bit of bump drafting happening. Hill bumping Hamza. Them two probably want their own little fight and nothing to do with the rest of the field. Maurizio Veldhuis is going to help his teammate Cameron Hill in front potentially win this race as well. We are all still clean. Further back, Sturdy rounds up. Oh no, we've lost Tishy and we've lost Gassner. So we have lost the 2 who were in the lead of this race for about 20 or 30 laps. They won't be winning here at the Speedway. Utterly disappointing for them. Hamza weaves. Defending is already happening. How's Davison tracking through the field? He's kind of stuck here a little bit, trying to plan his attack as Adrian not too happy with Julius Gassner, and into the wall goes Davison. Actually, he's picked up a little bit of damage there. Won't affect them too much, but I think a race win chance has gone from the Brit. It is looking like it's going to be between Hamza, Hill, Rosenberg, Veldhuis, maybe even Pierre Dezern here. It's not looking like any of our single-seater racers, apart from Legend, are going to get a look in.
And would you look at that, it is a 4 to 5-way battle for P1 still. 1 lap to go. After this crossing of the line near, 2 laps to go actually in total.
Yes, we have 2 laps to go.
Man, oh man, it's so close.
That threw me off as well.
Yeah.
As look how close they are getting. Cameron Hill is trying to just sit right behind Hamza in front. Does not want to move from second position as we fly onto the back straightaway for the second final time. Davison has dropped right down the order, so unfortunately not going to be a win for him unless something absolutely biblical happens. Kyle, how's this last lap going to go?
Oh, this lap is going to be insane, Evan. Look at that. It is an absolute fight to the end.
Hamza drops to the apron. White flag at the Daytona International Speedway for the FVR Daytona 250. Cameron Hill is your race leader as he heads on to turn number 1 for the final time. Rosenberg and Hamza both fighting to become greats of this, to become the greatest of this league, dare I say, right behind. Remember, Legend lost the Indy 250 on the last lap almost a year ago. It's going to be Hill and Hamza side by side for the final corner, trying to exert every ounce of straight line speed possible. Contact made. Rosenberg bumps Hamza to the high side. His win chance is gone. It's two Fools cabin cars versus the Dutchman and Legend Rosenberg to the line. Rosenberg's below the apron. They make contact. Cameron Hill wins in Daytona. What an unbelievable win. Defended for his life on the last lap. And this number 65 is victorious in Florida.
What a finish to the end of this race. Legend Rosenberg flying through the grass there, almost hitting other drivers. P5 in the end.
Yes, he would. Even if he hadn't made that move, it wouldn't have counted. He made it below the apron, but Hill held on. It's a fool's cabin. 1-2 here at the Speedway. Hill leads Veldhouse. They ran a great strategy, and the teamwork really made the dream work.
That was an insane race in the end, and the guys that we jinxed and we thought about how smart they were in the end, they just collided with each other in the end, and that's what happened with Adrian Tisci and the very unfortunate Julius Gessner, who we thought were in a great position, but in the end, nothing mattered more than track position on the final lap.
There it is then. Cameron Hill wins in Daytona. 7 positions gained, starting 8th. Unbelievable racing. Let's run you through your full race results then. Let's actually get rid of the green flag graphic. Cameron Hill wins. Then it is Maurizio Veldhouse in 2nd, Ridvan Hamza in 3rd, Pierre Dezern in 4th, and it is Legend Rosenberg, Sam Faith, Billy Sturdy, and Enzo King. Then it is Davison who comes home in 9th ahead of Maurice Stumer, Adrian Tisci in 11th. Julius Gassner finishes in 12th with Nils Hartl in 13th. And then unfortunately we had a DNF from Dylan McClements who dropped down to 15th. That was your pace car driver, Nate Marriott in 14th. Not racing in this one. Take a breath, everyone. That was fantastic.
That was an incredible race, Evan. I think this is a very, very successful event. One of the best finishes to this special series.
It was 100 good laps, wasn't it?
It was. It really was. And even though there were multiple really weird collisions, it just made the race more fun.
It did. I think one of my favourite moments was Zauber and Adrian leading about 30 laps.
Yeah, and actually pulling off some genius moves as well.
Some genius moves, but unfortunately it did all come tumbling down. Cameron Hill, a real under-the-radar drive to win that one. Was in the right place at the right time in the last couple of laps.
Exactly.
So, folks, that is, I think, all we have time here for in Florida. Kyle, any final comments upon your special event return, as we like to call it now?
I do not regret signing up for this. That was amazing.
I'll be WhatsApping you again if we do another special event. We're going to leave you with an advertisement for the FVR GT Championship and our promo video for this race, folks. Big thanks for watching. Please make sure to pop a subscription on the YouTube channel, and we will talk to you again very soon, folks. We've got an F1 race coming up tomorrow. Make sure to tune into that, and the FVR GT Championship coming up soon. From Kyle Davison, from Evan Dalton, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.